Kia ora, here I am at the University of Waikato in the Faculty of Law, and I'm talking with Professor Alexander Gillespie.
Kia ora, Stephen. I think we need to be open to all trade, and wherever we can get good deals with regard to principles and rules that we agree to, we need to be open. We are a trading nation. It provides the backbone of our economy, and to be moving towards more traditional markets where we once had very strong relationships is also a good idea. Some countries where I'd like us to be making progress, like the United States, seem to be slow, but Europe, I think, has excellent prospects, and a recent agreement with Britain, very well done. But I think right now Britain's trying to recreate a number of its traditional relationships, strike a degree of independence, and for its own population, secure agreements outside of Europe so that the people can see that there is a new future. The Europeans I see as different. I see the Europeans as more, I'm not saying that the British aren't principled, the British are very principled, but I think the European trade agenda is more principled than most. And what they're trying to do is often tie together with countries which share the same values and same vision of the future. The division between Britain and Europe is actually not that large. The New Zealand contribution, to my mind, is not always one of scale, but significance and symbolism, that we're engaged in certain trade deals, that we endorse certain principles, like the negotiations around climate change. And so I think some countries you will find, like with Britain and with Europe and New Zealand, have a great synchronicity in this area. The history of this country as a multicultural country with a strong bicultural core has a large degree of European influence in it, and of a Western tradition. And so the values that we're talking about here is a liberal democracy, it's about environmental rights, it's about human rights, and it's about a vision that is larger than just this generation. And so I see the Europeans at the forefront of this debate, and I think it suits New Zealand's agenda to a large degree. Part of the problem with this generation is that we watch too much TikTok, and we think everything can be done very fast and very quickly. My area of law is international and diplomacy, and I know agreements that can take decades to conclude. And so I see where we are now as not being the end of the process, but the beginning of the process. Each step takes a long time, but it becomes secure, and then we move on from that. I'm confident in the long term we will get there, but it won't be quick. These things aren't quick, but they change the way our country works, operates, and what it values. Does it help bring peace and sustainable development? The answer is unequivocally yes, it does. The more interconnected we are, the more cosmopolitan we are in the values that we share, the greater the chances for peace and prosperity. It's not a guarantee, but it's certainly a step in the right way. The more we can learn from the outside world, the better we are. We have a tendency in New Zealand sometimes to rely too much on ourselves, but we must be connected to the wider picture.